The latest miracle worker surfaced in Brazil for a considerable time now. Originally, his name was John Teixeira of Faria, and it was changed subsequently to John of God. And he is candid about it that he works with spirits and prayers and he does operation and so forth. I think only in Brazil he could do that because I saw a video where this lady, she came to him. He put her in a triangle, her head in a triangle, standing. He looses her blouse, takes her breast out of her brassiere, and starts to cut it with a scalpel. No anesthesia, no nothing. And I just turned it off because it was so horrible. I guess he's using hypnosis, and she isn't feeling it or whatever. But first of all, I think it's unethical that a person who has not studied medicine or surgery would be doing surgery. Forget his spiritual claims. I mean, it's crazy for this to be happening. On the other hand, I've seen in the Caribbean where people who are Christians, so-called Christians, holding a crusade, they will have miracles happening. People come up walking with a cane, and the throat on the cane came in. Wheelchairs start jumping around, say the dumb start to speak, the blind and the seeing, and so on. And we know that, of course, the preacher had already made arrangements with these people who will show up, and they're basically nothing wrong with them. But when things like that happen, it sort of add to the popularity, and more people come out and so on. Now, a person who might be genuinely harmed, or say genuinely in a wheelchair or something like that, I don't think they'll be able to get up and move because this guy is a fake. I'm talking about the ones I saw in the Caribbean. Now, John of God, basically, I mean, it should be John of Satan, because when you're dealing with spirits and you're a medium and so forth, this is not the God that we think of in heaven. This is Satan domain. And so, are these people really healed? The question is, what type of a person will go to John of God for medical services? I think people who are dabbling in Satanism, people who are influenced by the spirits that he works with, and perhaps some of them might acquire sort of bogus symptoms, and even on x-rays things might show up, but in real terms it may not be for real. And as Satan would work it out, he'll arrange for them to go there and then they're healed. All it's doing is creating a buzz, and more people are being tuned in, and people are being dragged into this thing. Even if I were terminally ill, I won't go to seek his services, because you never know what he's doing. Apart from, he could harm you in that you don't have proper procedure, anesthesia, sterilization, etc. You're playing into the realms of Satan. You know this guy is a Satanist. You know his activities are going to be controlled by Satan. I don't think a person who's in the right mind would want to go there. Even if I have to die, it's better to do that than to try that, because you get hypnotized, you get your mind damaged, you end up on the Satan and the evil column. You have a problem when the Lord returns. So I don't think that any person who is truly fallen the God of heaven will go there. Only the folks who basically are, messing with the dark arts and the dark science and the dark side of life will go there. So that, is it genuinely real? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just Satan creating situations, creating like a what do you call them? The individual will create a problem and then try to solve it, and then gets a hero sort of adulation and respect and recognition, whereas the person light fire and out it. But if it were a real fire, might burn him up trying to out it, you see. So I think that's how this thing works, and I wouldn't recommend that anybody who is in the right mind to go. I would say even if you have to die, it's better you die than to go through this thing and end up, getting on the other side with God and having to be destroyed in the final analysis.